My boyfriend's gonna show you his favorite drink, and you better be nice. Just 5 words. 5 simple words that sent the entire internet into complete chaos. Because when Olandria casually dropped "my boyfriend" while filming what seemed like an innocent brand collaboration, she didn't just reveal a relationship status. She confirmed what millions of Love Island fans had been desperately hoping for since day one. This wasn't just a slip of the tongue. This was the moment that changed everything. The reactions were instant and explosive. Twitter crashed with fan theories, TikTok flooded with reaction videos, Instagram comment sections turned into virtual screen fests, and everyone, absolutely everyone, was asking the same question. Did Nicolandria just go official without actually going official? Was this their way of soft-launching the relationship of the century? If you're anything like me, and you live for these moments when reality TV gives us actual reality, smash that subscribe button right now, because we're about to break down every single detail of this cultural phenomenon. And trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next.
Let's rewind to where this all started. Love Island USA Season 7 wasn't just another season of beautiful people in bathing suits. It was the season that gave us something special, something rare in reality television. From the moment Nic and Olandria locked eyes in that villa, there was an energy that couldn't be manufactured or scripted. This wasn't your typical Love Island attraction based on physical chemistry alone. This was deeper, more authentic, and fans could feel it through their screens. Nic arrived as a bombshell who could have had his pick of anyone in the villa. Tall, charming, with that European accent that made viewers swoon from coast to coast. But instead of playing the field like most bombshells do, he was drawn to Olandria in a way that surprised everyone, including himself. Their first conversation wasn't filled with the usual Love Island small talk about favorite positions or biggest turn-ons. They talked about life, dreams, and connections that mattered beyond the villa walls.
Olandria, who had been navigating the villa dynamics with grace and authenticity, found herself in a situation she didn't expect. Here was someone who saw her not as a conquest or a game piece, but as a person worth knowing. Their connection developed naturally, organically, in a way that made longtime Love Island fans sit up and take notice. This wasn't manufactured drama for the cameras. This was real attraction building in real time. The Soul Ties kiss became legendary among fans, not because it was the most passionate or dramatic kiss in Love Island history, but because of what it represented. In that moment, viewers could see something shifting between them. It wasn't just physical attraction anymore. It was the beginning of something that would outlast the villa, outlast the show, and become the foundation for what fans would eventually call the love story of the season.
But villa life is never simple, and the journey wasn't without obstacles. Other islanders questioned their connection. Casa Amor tested their loyalty. Drama swirled around them as alliances formed and crumbled. Yet through it all, there was something unshakable about the way they looked at each other, the way they communicated without words, the way they seemed to exist in their own bubble, even when chaos erupted around them. When the season ended and couples began their post-villa lives, fans were left wondering what would happen to Nicolandria. Love Island relationships notoriously struggle outside the controlled environment of the villa. The pressure of real life, distance, social media scrutiny, and the temptation of newfound fame have ended countless villa romances. But something felt different about Nic and Olandria from the beginning.
The weeks following their Love Island exit became a masterclass in relationship speculation. Fans turned into detectives, analyzing every social media post, every story, every comment for clues about their relationship status. Were they together? Were they taking things slow? Were they just friends trying to navigate their post-villa fame? The ambiguity was driving people absolutely insane. Olandria would post cryptic Instagram stories about focusing on herself and her career. Nic would share motivational quotes about patience and timing. When they did appear in the same city, fans would spot them in backgrounds of other people's posts, leading to Twitter threads
dissecting every pixel for confirmation that they were spending time together. It was like a real-life Where's Waldo, but instead of finding a guy in a striped shirt, fans were searching for proof of love.
The speculation reached fever pitch during various Love Island events and reunions. Body language experts emerged from nowhere to analyze their interactions. Relationship astrologers started doing compatibility readings. Even casual viewers who hadn't watched the full season became invested in whether these two would make it work outside the villa. Then came the interviews, where they danced around relationship questions with the skill of professional politicians. We're taking things day by day. We're focusing on getting to know each other in the real world. We have a special connection that we're exploring. Every carefully crafted answer only fueled more speculation and left fans feeling like they were being held hostage by the slowest relationship reveal in reality TV history.
Social media became a battlefield of theories. Some fans were convinced they were already together and keeping it private. Others believed they were just friends who enjoyed the attention and speculation. A few suggested it was all publicity strategy to keep them relevant after the show. The debates raged daily, with fan accounts dedicated entirely to tracking their every move and interaction. But nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared the internet for what would happen on a random Tuesday when Olandria decided to film a brand collaboration for Agua de Kefir. What seemed like a standard influencer partnership was about to become the most analyzed commercial in social media history. The setup was simple enough: a beautiful kitchen, natural lighting, and Olandria preparing to showcase a health drink. The script was probably straightforward: introduce the product, highlight its benefits, maybe add some personality to make it engaging. Just another day in the life of a post-Love Island influencer building their brand. Nothing about this seemed destined for viral fame.
Then Nick walked into frame, not as a co-star or a planned participant, but naturally, casually, like someone who belongs in that space, like someone who's comfortable in Olandria's world. And that's when she said it. My boyfriend's gonna show you his favorite drink, and you better be nice. The words came out so naturally, so effortlessly, that for a split second, even she seemed surprised by what she'd revealed. The internet reaction was immediate and unforgiving. Within minutes, screen recordings were flying across every platform. The phrase, "my boyfriend," was being dissected with the intensity usually reserved for Supreme Court decisions. Frame-by-frame analysis began, as fans tried to catch every micro-expression, every hint of surprise or confirmation in both of their faces. Want to know what happened next? And why this moment broke the internet harder than any Love Island finale ever could? Hit that subscribe button, because this story is just getting started, and you definitely don't want to miss the complete breakdown of fan reactions.
Twitter exploded first. Within 30 minutes of the video going live, "my boyfriend" was trending nationwide. Not Nicolandria or Love Island, but specifically "my boyfriend," because that phrase had become the most important 2 words in reality TV history. The tweets ranged from pure excitement to complete emotional breakdown. Fans were posting videos of themselves screaming, crying, and having full meltdowns over the confirmation they'd been waiting months to hear. "I knew it! I knew it! I knew it!" was posted approximately 10,000 times in various caps lock combinations. Fan accounts that had been tracking their every move were posting receipts of all the signs they'd noticed over the past months. Suddenly, every cryptic Instagram story, every casual interaction, every shared location tag was being recontextualized as evidence that everyone had missed.
The reaction videos started flooding TikTok immediately. Fans were stitching the original clip with their real-time reactions, and the emotions were raw and genuine. Some people were literally shaking with excitement. Others were crying tears of joy. A few were pacing around their rooms trying to process what they'd just witnessed. The authentic happiness in these reactions showed just how invested people had become in this relationship. But it wasn't just fan accounts and reality TV enthusiasts. Mainstream entertainment blogs picked up the story within hours. Suddenly, this casual brand collaboration was being covered like major celebrity news. Love Island stars go official headlines started appearing on sites that usually ignore reality TV entirely. The cultural impact was undeniable. Instagram became ground zero for the longest collective celebration in Love Island history. Fan pages were posting side-by-side comparisons of old interviews where they denied being together versus this new video evidence. The comment sections were pure chaos in the best way possible. Thousands of people expressing genuine happiness for two people they'd never met but had been rooting for since summer.
The most interesting reactions came from fellow Love Island contestants. Some were genuinely excited and supportive, posting congratulatory messages and heart emojis. But others were notably quiet, and that silence spoke volumes about the dynamics that had existed behind the scenes. The villa friendships that had seemed solid during the show were revealing their true nature and how people responded to this news. What made the fan reactions even more powerful was the protective energy surrounding Olandria specifically. Comment sections were filled with people expressing joy not just about the relationship, but about seeing a Black woman being loved, cherished, and celebrated in such a public way. "She deserves this" became almost as popular as "I called it" in the comment sections.
The demographic breakdown of reactions was fascinating. This wasn't just young Love Island superfans celebrating. Parents were commenting about how happy they were to see genuine love. Older viewers who had gotten invested in the show were expressing authentic joy about the confirmation. The reach of this moment extended far beyond the typical reality TV audience. International fans joined the celebration as clips were translated and shared across different platforms and languages. The love story that had started in a villa in Fiji was now being celebrated globally, proving that authentic connection transcends cultural boundaries and language barriers. But while the internet was having a collective celebration, there were undercurrents of drama that made this moment even more significant. The relationships between Love Island contestants often reveal themselves in moments like these, and not everyone was joining the celebration.
The silence from certain villa friends was deafening and telling. Remember Ace and Shelly, who had seemed so close to both Nic and Olandria during the show? Their response to the boyfriend reveal was notably subdued compared to their usual social media presence. When other Love Island news would drop, they'd be among the first to comment or share. But this moment? Radio silence that fans noticed immediately. The Hampton situation had already created tension in the post-Villa friend group. For those who might not know, there had been a controversial interview where several Love Island contestants had worked together on what seemed like coordinated talking points about Nicolandria's relationship. The timing and messaging had felt off to many fans, like there was an agenda to downplay or dismiss their connection. That interview had raised red flags for fans who were paying attention. When reality TV contestants suddenly all have similar talking points about a situation they weren't directly involved in, it usually indicates some behind-the-scenes coordination. The way certain people had spoken about Nic and Olandria's relationship with subtle dismissiveness hadn't gone unnoticed by their supporters. Shelly's birthday party had become another point of controversy in the Love Island community. When Olandria made a surprise appearance and the crowd went absolutely wild with excitement, cameras caught Shelly's expression of what looked like surprise, but not the happy kind. Fans who were there and watching closely described the energy as awkward, like Shelly hadn't expected or necessarily wanted that level of reaction to Olandria's presence. The soul sister situation had become particularly messy. Olandria had frequently referred to Shelly as her soul sister during and after the villa, expressing excitement about maintaining their friendship. But Shelly had been spotted hanging out with people who had been openly critical of Olandria online, creating an uncomfortable dynamic that fans had been discussing for weeks. These friendship dynamics added another layer to why the boyfriend reveal was so significant. It wasn't just about confirming a relationship. It was about Olandria and Nic choosing to share their happiness despite the complicated social dynamics swirling around them. They weren't waiting for permission or approval from their former villa mates. They were living their truth regardless of who supported them.
The fact that this revelation came through a brand collaboration rather than a coordinated announcement with other Love Island cast members sent its own message. They were building their own narrative, their own brand, their own story, without feeling obligated to include people who might not have been genuinely supportive behind the scenes. Fan accounts that had been tracking all this drama felt vindicated by the boyfriend reveal. Comments poured in about how Olandria deserved friends and a partner who celebrated her wins, rather than staying silent when good things happened to her. The contrast between genuine fan excitement and the lukewarm responses from certain former cast members was stark and noticeable. This wasn't just relationship news anymore. It had become a statement about loyalty, authenticity, and choosing to surround yourself with people who genuinely want to see you happy. The fact that Nic and Olandria were thriving despite the friendship drama showed their maturity and their commitment to building something real together.
But what makes this relationship announcement different from every other Love Island couple that's ever gone public? Why did this particular moment capture the cultural attention in a way that transcends reality TV gossip and becomes something bigger? First, the representation factor cannot be ignored or understated. Love Island has historically struggled with showcasing successful interracial relationships, particularly those involving Black women. Too often, Black contestants are either fetishized or overlooked entirely. Seeing Olandria not just in a relationship, but being publicly adored and celebrated by her partner represents something significant for viewers who rarely see themselves reflected in positive romantic narratives on reality television. The way Nic has consistently shown up for Olandria, both during the show and after, challenges a lot of stereotypes about interracial dating on reality TV. This isn't a case of someone experimenting or exploring outside their usual type for camera time. The consistency of his actions and the authenticity of their connection has been evident from day one, making their relationship reveal feel earned rather than manufactured.
Secondly, the timing of their reveal was masterful in ways that showed real strategic thinking about their careers and their relationship. They waited until they had established themselves as individuals outside the villa. They built their own brands, their own followings, their own identities separate from the show. When they finally confirmed their relationship status, it felt like a choice rather than an obligation to reality TV producers or fan pressure. The casual nature of the reveal also set them apart from other Love Island couples who typically announce relationships through coordinated Instagram posts or exclusive interviews. By letting it slip during a brand collaboration, they showed that their relationship exists naturally in their real lives, not just as content for their followers. It was authentic in a way that felt refreshing compared to the overproduced relationship reveals that dominate reality TV culture. Their approach to social media as a couple has also been notably mature. Rather than oversharing every moment or creating content specifically about their relationship, they've allowed glimpses into their connection while maintaining privacy about the deeper aspects of their partnership. This balance has kept fans engaged without exploitation their romance for content. The cultural impact extends beyond just their individual relationship. They're representing a shift in how Love Island couples can navigate post-show fame successfully. Instead of relying solely on their couple status for relevance, they've both built individual brands while supporting each other's success. This model could influence how future contestants approach their post-villa careers. The international attention their relationship has received also speaks to something universal about authentic connection. Fans from different countries and cultures have invested in their love story because it represents something real in a space that's often criticized for being fake.
When people from completely different backgrounds can connect with a reality TV relationship, it suggests that the couple is offering something genuine. Their relationship also represents hope for viewers who have become cynical about reality TV romance. After years of couples who seem to stay together just long enough to complete their contractual obligations before quietly breaking up, Nic Olandria offers the possibility that sometimes the connections formed on these shows can grow into something lasting and meaningful. The way they've handled criticism and negativity has also set them apart. Instead of engaging in public drama or defending their relationship constantly, they've focused on building something positive together. This maturity has allowed their love story to exist above the typical reality TV messiness that often destroys couples before they can establish real foundations.
But the story doesn't end with the boyfriend reveal. Recent developments have shown that this confirmation was just the beginning of them being more open about their relationship, and fans are absolutely here for every moment of it. Just days after the internet recovered from the "my boyfriend" revelation, Nic decided to take the confirmation to another level entirely. He showed up with a temporary tattoo that featured both his and Olandria's faces, effectively ending any remaining doubt about their relationship status. The tattoo reveal sent fans into another frenzy, but this time it was less about surprise and more about pure appreciation for how he was choosing to publicly celebrate their connection. The temporary tattoo move was genius for several reasons. It was bold enough to make a statement, but not permanent enough to seem impulsive or overly dramatic. It showed his willingness to publicly claim their relationship while maintaining the playful energy that fans love about their dynamic. The fact that he was comfortable wearing their faces on his body, even temporarily, spoke to a level of pride in their relationship that resonated with supporters.
Social media reactions to the tattoo reveal were overwhelmingly positive, with fans praising Nic for his consistency in showing up for Olandria publicly. Comments poured in about how refreshing it was to see a man who wasn't shy about expressing his feelings or claiming his relationship in such a visible way. In an era where many people keep relationships private or ambiguous, his openness felt revolutionary. The tattoo also sparked conversations about masculine vulnerability and emotional expression. Male Love Island contestants are often criticized for being emotionally unavailable or commitment phobic. Nic's willingness to wear his feelings literally on his skin challenged those stereotypes and showed a different model of masculinity that fans found attractive and admirable. Industry experts started weighing in on their relationship strategy, noting how effectively they were building their brand as a couple while maintaining their individual identities. Their approach was being studied as a case study in successful post-reality TV relationship management. They were proving that Love Island couples could transcend the show and build lasting partnerships both personally and professionally.
The business implications of their relationship were also becoming clear. Brands were taking notice of their authentic connection and high engagement rates. The success of the Agua de Kefir collaboration that started this whole conversation had led to additional partnership opportunities that leveraged their chemistry and genuine affection for each other. Behind the scenes, sources close to them were sharing that their relationship was even stronger in private than what they showed publicly. Friends described them as genuinely happy, supportive of each other's individual goals, and committed to building something lasting together. The public displays of affection weren't performance. They were overflow from a relationship that was thriving away from the cameras.
Their families had also publicly embraced their relationship, with both sides expressing genuine affection and support for the couple. This family approval added another layer of legitimacy to their connection and suggested that this was being treated as a serious, long-term partnership rather than a temporary reality TV romance. The timeline of their relationship reveal had been perfectly managed to maximize positive impact while minimizing unnecessary drama. By waiting until they were established individually and then confirming their status naturally rather than through manufactured announcements, they had controlled their narrative in a way that few reality TV couples managed to achieve.
Recent interviews had shown them both glowing when discussing their relationship, with body language experts noting the genuine affection and comfort they displayed when talking about each other. Their chemistry wasn't forced or performed. It was the natural result of two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company and are excited about their future together. As their story continues to unfold, fans are witnessing something rare in reality television, a relationship that not only survived the transition from villa to real world, but actually seems to be growing stronger with time and distance from the show that brought them together. So what does the Nicolandria phenomenon tell us about love, reality TV, and social media culture in 2024? Their journey from villa strangers to confirmed couple represents more than just another successful Love Island romance. It's a masterclass in authentic connection in the digital age, strategic relationship management, and the power of genuine emotion to cut through the noise of manufactured entertainment.
Their relationship challenges the cynical assumption that reality TV romance is always fake or temporary. While many Love Island couples struggle to maintain their connection outside the controlled environment of the villa, Nic and Olandria have shown that authentic attraction can grow into something deeper and more meaningful with time and genuine effort. The way they've managed their public image as a couple offers a blueprint for other reality TV participants who want to build lasting careers and relationships after their shows end. By focusing on individual growth while supporting each other, they've avoided the codependency trap that destroys many reality TV couples who become too reliant on their relationship for relevance.
Their story also highlights the hunger audiences have for authentic representation in reality television. The overwhelming positive response to their relationship reveals a desire for love stories that feel real and relatable, rather than scripted and strategic. Viewers are sophisticated enough to recognize genuine connection, and they reward it with genuine investment and support. The international reach of their love story proves that authentic emotion transcends cultural boundaries. When people from different countries and backgrounds all connect with the same relationship, it suggests that the couple is offering something universal about human connection and genuine affection that resonates across different contexts. For Black women and interracial couples, their relationship represents positive representation that's often missing from mainstream media. Seeing Olandria loved, celebrated, and publicly claimed challenges negative stereotypes and provides a model of healthy interracial romance that's rarely showcased in reality television.
Their approach to handling criticism and negativity also offers lessons about maintaining dignity and focus in the face of public scrutiny. Rather than engaging in drama or defending themselves constantly, they've chosen to let their actions and genuine happiness speak for itself. The business success that has followed their relationship confirmation shows that authenticity can be profitable in the influencer economy. Brands are recognizing that genuine couples with real chemistry create more engaging content than manufactured partnerships, leading to more successful collaborations and campaigns. As we look toward the future, Nicolandria represents hope for viewers who have become cynical about reality TV romance. They're proving that sometimes the connections formed on these shows can grow into lasting partnerships that enhance rather than exploit the people involved. Their story is still being written, but the foundation they've built suggests that this is just the beginning of a love story that will continue to inspire fans and challenge assumptions about reality television relationships for years to come.
And if you've been following this journey from the beginning, or you're just discovering why everyone is obsessed with Nicolandria, make sure you're subscribed because their story is far from over, and you won't want to miss what happens next in this real-life fairy tale. Whether you believe in Love Island romance or you think it's all for show, one thing is undeniable. Nic and Olandria have captured hearts, broken the internet, and proven that sometimes reality TV can deliver something genuinely beautiful.
In a world full of manufactured moments and strategic relationships, they're offering something rare and precious. Authentic love that makes people believe in happy endings again. So the next time someone tries to tell you that reality TV romance isn't real, just remind them of that Tuesday when 5 simple words changed everything. My boyfriend's gonna show you his favorite drink, and you better be nice. Because sometimes the most powerful revelations come not from grand gestures or carefully planned announcements, but from moments so natural and authentic that they catch even the speakers by surprise. That's the magic of Nic and Olandria, and that's why the internet will never be the same.